What's good, everybody? What is good is Big Game James, man. I'm back here in the building, and we're talking Cowboys draft picks and undrafted picks. I did a video on Jalen Tolbert. Make sure you go check out that video. Third round draft pick. I thought it was a great value pick at 88. I think it's going to be a great addition, especially with CD Lamb and Michael Gallup. I think with those three guys, you're all interchangeable, and I think it'll be a great addition. I also did a video on Ty Freifogel, a receiver out of Indiana. He was an undrafted receiver. Kind of had a buzz and a radar last year in 2020. Fell off kind of 2021. Didn't have the same type of season. But if you look at that 2020 tape, and I showed a game against Ohio State, I mean, he had a 3-game span where he turned up. So never know if he could play some special teams. I think he's a slippy guy, can maybe offer something. And then I'm really talking about Aaron Hansford, linebacker from Texas A&M. I'm really going to the rooms that maybe have openings, and I feel like the linebacker room does have openings. You have Michael Parsons, of course, LVE. There is Jabril Cox, but, you know, he was trending up, but you really haven't seen what he can do. They're banking on a whole lot of things with him. And you saw the athletic ability and the arrows trending up, so you would think he is going to do a little something. And then you have Luke Gifford, who has really been a special teams guy, really hasn't got any significant time, really been all mop-up duty. Devontae Bond, who you haven't seen at all. And then you got Hansford, who signed, Story Jackson, the draft pick Devin Harper. So, you know, there's openings, there's possibilities. And they had a guy last year, Anthony Hines, who I liked from Texas A&M, same kind of measurables, and I thought he had a chance. But he got hurt in a couple games, and I think he eventually got waived because of that. And because he got waived, we haven't seen any more of him. I think he went over to the Rams. But like I said, I like what he brought to the table, and I thought he could do something with the Cowboys before that injury. So let's talk about Anthony Hines, and let's see some things about Aaron Hansford. Let's see. Just some measurables I took from here is Aaron Hansford right here. You know, the one publication I really look at, the NFL, where they have the combine totals and then they have the breakdown. Lance Zierlein, I like what he says. Man, they had him projected at the 4th round. This was before, so had a lot of projections, but kind of fell. But look where you see 6'3", 240 pounds, 6'2", 240 in that same range. Good hand size, good arm length. Wingspan's pretty decent. I think the only maybe drawback, 24 years old coming out of college. That could be a knock. Players, NFL want young players, but they do want mature players. 4'6", 40, not bad. Overall rating, as you see right here. And I feel like for undrafted, got a lot of good value. And we go right here. Strength and weaknesses. I think if you look at a little bit of the weaknesses, you can see some of them. And one of the things that kind of limited vision and easily fooled by misdirection. I saw this in this game against Mississippi State, even though he had 13 tackles. Nothing great, but I see where you can add him. Chase speed is below average. That's debatable. 2 upright as a pass rusher. Maybe needs to get a little lower, but I like him better on the outside than they're rushing him on the inside. Needs to play with better leverage. I think coming off the edge, that's what they're talking about. Lacks elite quickness and change the direction to handle NFL slot receivers at initial contact. Yes, I can see that as well. But he can do it because he came into school wanting to play offense. Played offense 2 years before he switched over to play defense. The only alarming thing was that he got hurt in 2016 and 2018, but Jimbo Fisher switched him over in, I believe, 2019, and he had a decent year. 2020 kind of turned up when Anthony Hines kind of left for the COVID. And then he came back and, doubled his numbers. So I think the arrow is pointing up with him. And then you can read it on your own, but you can kind of see what they're talking about with that. And then, of course, I like looking at right here. I always go to the NFL part. A prospect info. There is measurables per, how they measure them in. 6'2", 239, in the realm what Dan Quinn likes. But here's a good thing. Good backer with the potential to develop into a starter. So he has starter material. He has starter potential. You know what I mean? And I think you just need to get him, like it says in this kind of a breakdown where it says just get him in, get him defense where he doesn't have to think so much and just kind of react. Get him in them plays like that and then kind of wean him in. But we'll see. But let's get to some tape. Here he is up in the middle. I like how he reads and reacts on this play. Watch how he reads and reacts on this running back play. Sees it instantly. I like that. That's thumper move. That's thumper style right there. You can see him right here. Now that's how you want to see it. Initially seeing it, doesn't take any waste of motion. Instantly breaks on the play. That's how you do it. And textbook tackle. I don't see him making a lot of missed tackles because he wraps up really well. The tackles I've seen him play. And I'm going to show some plays where he does drop in coverage, where they said lacks elite, okay, but I feel like he can play in coverage. As you can see right here, he can drop in that coverage for you. He played in the middle quite a bit in this game, but I think he can do it for you. So he's not going to be a liability for you in coverage. I don't think that's happening for him. May need to learn some things with some good coaching, but I don't think he's a guy that's going to be killing you in coverage. And you can see it right here. That's a play where they recognize the play. They had him a lot blitzing up the middle. I wasn't really caring for all that, but okay. You see him right here dropping in coverage. So like I said, I don't think he's a guy that's going to be killing you in coverage. I don't see that. I see a guy that can flow with the ball. I think he can break down. Maybe a little choppy in his steps, but I think he's athletic enough to play it. Definitely. There's another play where he makes a tackle on the ball. Quick to react. You see him right here, dropping back. Like I said, he's playing that middle quite a bit in his defense. So he can control that, so you can see he can play that position for you in the league. Makes a sound short tackle, and that's what you like. I think this is a play where he slips off the offensive lineman. You see him dropping the coverage once again. Watching. I think this is where he gets skinny right here. Notice how he dips that shoulder automatically already, anticipating that block that's coming. So I like how he already is dipping that shoulder, being able to get skinny because he knows that man is coming, and he's able to still get in there and make that tackle. So I like that play. Not scared of contact, and he's not scared to get his nose dirty. See, like that. He's not scared to get his nose dirty, and he's stuffed like on 2 or 3 plays. He stuffed those downs on him. He's not scared to get down and dirty with it. I like that. You can see him again right here. Breaking through the play. He likes that contact. He's going to stick his nose in there. That's what a linebacker's supposed to do. Like I said, came in on the offensive side of the ball, but showed that he can play that defensive side of the ball, and they kept him on that side because they saw the trending up for him. There's another play. Making another tackle. Make another open field tackle right here. Dropping in coverage, seeing a play, making a tackle. Once I believe he learns all concepts, because I still think he gets fooled by certain plays. Once he learns all kind of concepts within the defense and how the defense is going to play, I think he's going to be better, because right now when he has to think, I think he gets fooled too many times and plays slower than what his athletic ability shows because he's thinking too much on the field. You see the quarterback gets this play off, but this is where I like where they blitz him. They blitz him too many times right here up in the middle in these A and B gaps. I like him on the outside where he can flow, where he can just straight hone into it, come out there, and you can see with the explosion that he had, and he made the quarterback get the play off quicker than he wanted to. Here you can see right here on the outside. You see how they had him blitzing in that middle? I like how he broke off, but I just don't feel like he has the girth and the strength to really take on that right now, and it's better just to really blitz him on the outside unless you're overloading that front. See him again right here. Coming in and make the tackle. He's in a lot of tackles. Like I said, 13 tackles in this game. He was in on quite a bit of plays. I like how he takes the block and basically holds up off the block and is able to stand it enough to still stand the play and not get totally blocked out the play. So that's some strength on his part. See him again right here. Fighting through the trash. Flowing to the ball, slipping inside. Like how he does that and make the play. That was almost a would-be sack. Like I like the kid. You know, like I said, they had Anthony Hines. I think they had, you know, thoughts about what they wanted to do with Hines, you know. And it didn't work out because of you know, he had the injury. And I think because that injury kind of blindsided them, I think they had some hopes for him. And I think this is part two with Aaron Hansford. As I said before, he's still growing into position. He came in as offense, played tight end a little bit, receiver. That's what he actually wanted to come into play. He actually turned down teams that wanted to have him play linebacker. He exclusively wanted to play offense. So I wonder if, you know, if defense is his passion because he was so on offense and now he's just playing defense because he's good at it. So that's something to keep your eye on. Does he have the passion to play defense because he switched offense and negated teams that wanted him on defense as far as schools? So it's something to look at with that. But I feel like the ability is there when you see him. He has the length. He has the height, the weight, the length. I think he's athletic enough. And I think with some good coaching, diagnose some plays, he'll get better at that. I think you can blitz him on the outside. Looks like he's a high volume tackler, and he's athletic enough to fit into that room to what you have with the Cowboys. Nothing that showed that was devastating elite on those traits that he would add to the linebacker room. He would just be elite. You have an elite player, but I think you have a very good sound player if you added him, and he could play special teams in that room. And who knows what you could see what happened next. And you kept Luke Gifford on the roster for about 3 years. He added those same type of traits. So we'll see what Aaron Hansford can do if he can get on the roster. So that's just my thoughts about him. Go check out the video, give it a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Big Game James, my page.